The main character of the film is Koyomi Takasaki. Your father was a scientist, and now he's teaching Koyomi about the multiverse. You can understand a universe, but we were born when we were in space. This does the opposite, compared to our previous choice. He got a phone call saying that the dog, Yuno, has passed away. Your parents divorced not long ago. Yumi chose to live with her father instead of her mother. Yuno is my grandfather's dog. He has been raising her since Yumi was born. He then ran to his house and saw Yuno was buried in the garden. You were sad, but there was nothing more you could do. While waiting for her father in the study today, Yumi, I came across a picture of a dog like Yuno. Tears fell down unconsciously. At that moment, a girl came. She asked to visit you, but Miss Yumi, still hard to say that I'm not okay. But then he started crying and said he wanted to see you again. Yuno, after hearing about the incident, the woman decided to help him and called. Miss Yumi, follow me. You two sneak into one. The room inside contains countless strange machines. The girl said that it could take Yumi to a world where your dog Yuno still lives. Although there's a bit of doubt, but in the end, you still believe and sit in the engine room. The girl closed the lid and cried. You just need to think about what you want to happen. The space changes, and when you wake up, you're no longer in the study. I will temporarily call Yumi's previous world the original world, and the world you've been transported to is the world of No. You can hear Yuno's voice. So quickly run forward. The two of them met again, and Yumi was delighted. You've noticed there's a shadow here. They both returned to their grandfather's house. He met his mother and learned that he had just passed away. In this world, Yuno is still alive, but his grandfather is dead. He slept with his mother that night, and when he woke up, Yumi found herself in another room. Your grandfather walked in and surprised you. He ran out in front of Yuno's grave, and I realized I was back in the original world. When you get to the lab, you see the girl from yesterday. She's sorry, because your real intention is to make the jump. But to go to a world where her parents weren't divorced. Through this, the two quickly became friends, and she introduced Xiao. My name is Siri. You both spend more time together. Siri and Yumi's relationship has also grown rapidly. It's been years, and now you're in high school. On a day, just woke up, you get a message from your father. Yumi ran to the study and saw Siri. And her mother's here. His father and Siri's mother announced that they were remarrying. It surprised you both when you heard it. Even though they have no opinion, when the other parent, they are about to become their new parents. But Yomi and Shiori have long had feelings for each other. You think if it goes on, if so, maybe the future, Shiori will marry you. But life is not a dream, because you're about to become each other's next generation siblings. See that, Yomi made a proposal that they both run away together. After that, the two of you ride your bike, go everywhere in the city. Think about the future together, but quickly actually slap them in the face. Because it's too small, so they can't take care of themselves. You two went up a cliff. This place can see a beautiful night sky. Here Miss Yumi promised, no matter what happens, you will always help her. Siri has come up with an idea right now. That we both run to a parallel world together. Where your parents are not divorced. And then they're able to continue this relationship together. Yumi and Shiori finished talking, ran to the lab, and then into the teleport bay. When you get there, you will meet at the same place. Shiori now prayed that until then, you will be married to Miss Yumi. You two have been transported to another world. When I woke up, I was at home with my parents, and you're not divorced. But Siri has been teleported to the middle of an intersection. When you're running to the side of the road, then suddenly a car came, stabbed them. Because of this, Yumi was transported back to the original world. When you wake up, you see, Siri is sitting next to me. You are afraid to call for help. That's when your parents came running. Suri was rushed to the emergency room. But your father announced that, even though her heart is still beating, but now Suri is in a state of fake death. You feel so sorry right now, because from the beginning, even if remarried, or not your father, I will allow you both to be together. You've laid all the blame on yourself, then unconsciously run to the intersection, that Suri died in the parallel world. Here he met her again, but Shiori. In front of you is a ghost. Back in the study, Shiori's mother. I'm explaining to you about your current situation. Shiori died just as he made his leap through the worlds. Song. This has led to an error, so every Shiori in the song worlds, but another died in the middle of the road. After hearing that, Yumi felt guilty again. He blames himself, and when he sees Siri's mother like that, you asked me why I could calm down when my daughter has something like that. But really, she's hurt too, and she's just trying not to talk. Just go outside. Yomi is also determined to find a way to save Shiori. No matter what happens. So then, Yomi spent most of her time studying. To high school, then you park into a high-performing public school in the dark. When he returned, he and his father studied the science of corruption. Yomi has traveled through many worlds, But no matter what world you're in, you only see Shiori. In morphological form, the spirit is still standing there. Even though many years have passed, but her shape or her personality, she's still a high school girl. After graduation, Yomi went to her father's research institute to work. But one day, you get the news that Shiori has stopped beating. Yomi can't take this anymore. Shiori's funeral was held soon after. He came to the intersection, sad to meet the ghost of Shiori. See your current mood. Then you understand what happened. Shiori comforted you. No matter what happens, you're always here. I'll always be by your side. But when I hear these words, it just makes you feel worse. Later that day, Yumi let herself go. You are no longer crazy rush into work as before. On a day, the office received a new assistant. She's Kazune, she'll be your new junior. That night, Yomi agrees with her father to accompany Kazune to the karaoke room to get to know her. You two used to be high school friends, but Yomi doesn't remember anything about her. He simply wanted to find a way to save Shiori. So relationships like your friends don't exist. Kazune always sees you as a rival to the competition, but I feel 7 when Yomi just finished high school. But this thought of hers was quickly slapped in the face. For now, Yomi is the leading scientist in the study of science of corruption. The two men then talked quite comfortably and start getting to know each other. When you leave, Kazune, I was so drunk I couldn't stand it. At the intersection, that Shiori accident is Kazune. Said that, sometimes I can see a ghost standing here. That makes Yumi was surprised, and the next day he told his story. He is still trying to save Shiori and study the time jump. Miss Yumi wants Kazune. Keep this to yourself, and you refused. Instead, I want to be your partner. Look at this as a contest. See, until finally, AI can find a solution first. You went to Shiori that night. Even though it's been years, but Yomi kept her promise to save her. It makes Shiori feel good. But at the same time, I'm sad about you, that Yomi has to wear out human life like that. A few years go by, although the research is still going very well, but you still can't figure out how to save her. During that time period, you've done a lot of experiments with Kazune, but we haven't found a solution yet. I'll give you a beer. But the strange thing is, the beer, instead of floating on top, is sink down. So Yomi thought of another one. Something, and then keep burying yourself into study. After many years, finally, Yomi has found a way to save Shiori. In fact, every Shiori in the world's song, but she became a ghost because she met Yomi. Now you just need to shake. Bring together the self of the present with the soul of the past. And to a world where you've never met Shiori. Maybe this is the only way to save her. In theory, everything is done. But to actually do it, it takes a long time. Then it can be done again. Now Yomi's hair is white all over her head. Today you came to the intersection where Shiori had an accident. Since that day, more than 65 have passed. Yomi said she'll take Shiori to a world where you've never met. A world where you can be happy. But that means that both of you are far away. But Shiori doesn't want that. Because there's no happiness in not seeing Yomi. You really want to be with her. But this is the only way you can do it. Yomi promised that on August 17th, after 66 years in the Kia world, I'll come to this intersection to see you. Before you left, Shiori called you back. She said she was glad to see you. And say I love you so much. Then, with the help of Kazune, Miss Yumi is about to take the leap. Parallel to another world. You also thank Kazune for helping me all this time. The machine is started. Your soul and you. Yomi was transported to another world at the same time. Both were then transported to the world I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Yomi became one with her soul at the age of 7. Your parents are also divorced. But instead of choosing to be with me as before, you chose to stay with your mother. So, you don't know and you don't remember your past memories. Next to Shiori, on my 8th birthday, you were given a toy gun by your father. While shooting Yuno's dog, your grandfather ran out to stop it. Seize the gun and tell Yumi, not old enough to use this. You became angry at him for this. But not long after, his grandfather died. You regret what you said before. Aomi brought along the dog Yuno. Go out for a walk to ease the sadness in your heart. Suddenly, his soul is transferred to the world. But this is the original world of the series. With Miss Yumi, use the teleportation machine to go to the world without seeing you the dog. She then opened the engine room for him and ran away. Yumi doesn't understand what's going on. He then left the lab. I borrowed a passerby's phone to call my mother. In this world, Yomi lives with her father. But you called her a little bit surprised. When you returned, you saw your grandfather. Yomi also realized that this is not your world. In this world, your grandfather is still alive, but your dog Yuno is dead. Yumi slept with him that night. You two talked to each other a lot. I also apologize to you for your past behavior, even though he didn't understand what was going on after hearing it. But still comforted and said that I don't hate Koyomi. You went on right after that. When you wake up, you see, I was in my room, sleeping with my mother. You realize you've returned to the original world. In this world, your grandfather has passed away. Yuno's dog is still alive. But 2 years later, Yuno, and now your father's institute has succeeded. Prove the existence of worlds. Song. Maybe it's because of your father's jealousy. Yomi also achieved very high academic performance. But because of this, you don't have a friend in your class. On a day, when he was leaving, he was suddenly pulled back by someone. She was so close to you that Yumi... I don't understand what happened. She then took him to a karaoke bar. When Yumi's brain... I'm still processing the information. The girl showed it to you. The device I'm wearing on my hand. It's what lets people know they're in the world. What parallel? The world you are in now is the world no longer. The girl in front of you is from the world 85. She introduced herself as Kazune, and in your world, you're each other's lovers. You were accidentally transported to this world. That's why I'm so close to you. Yomi was surprised by what she said. And Kazune, you're upset because you don't look like your lover at all. In her world, Yomi is a trustworthy person, not shy like you. I loved you and saved you from the dogs that were attacking. The two of them then sat and talked about the worlds. After a while, Kazune decided to leave. She said that from tomorrow, everything should be the same again. Because you don't know if you can stay here. He agreed, but after that day, Kazune was always thinking about her. You meet Kazune all the time and wonder who's in front of me is Kazuna, not good in the world. The world of 85 is boring. So one time, Kazune met her on the way to school. He took the initiative to greet Kazuna. She was a little surprised, so she left right away. I saw her expression like that. Kazune has returned to his world. You then left a letter. Meet her in her shoe closet. After school, Kazune waited at the karaoke bar for a while when he saw Kazune coming. The air in the room became, so Kazune opened his mouth first. Asked her if she'd just travelled through worlds, but, song or not, when she saw Kazune admit it, Yomi asked her what kind of person you look like in that world. Yomi told me that she met Kazune in the world 85, and she said, in the world of song, but they're both lovers. I want to be your friend in this world. Kazune, after listening, be quiet for a while, and then laugh. This time Yomi is still confused by her actions. Then, Kazune showed you the device on his hand. She peeled off the paper, done, outside Ra, and you also realize that there is no Kazune world song. Any song here? From the beginning, Kazune, you and Kazune are the same person in front of you. It's a village. Yomi asked her why she did that. Kazune said he wanted to get back at you. Yomi's achievements are always at the top of the block. But he refused, speaking for new students. Kazune was the one who replaced him so far. You're pretty confident in yourself, but you're always behind. Yomi makes you feel uncomfortable. So Kazune did this to get back at you. But actually Yomi, not a representative, it's because you don't want to be noticed. The two later made peace. Taking this opportunity, Yomi confessed to Kazune, but she rejected him outright. You say the person you like has to be trustworthy. About your story, Yomi saving you from the dogs probably wasn't a lie. But it's actually Yomi from another world. After rejecting Yomi's confession, Kazune, I told you next time not to talk to me and leave. But Kazune just told you not to talk to her, so she can still talk to you. Sometimes at the end of class, Kazune came back to him and asked Yomi to show him the song. This is slowly becoming a habit. Many of you see two people at the top of the class, as they focus on studying. So more and more students are gathering around you. Thanks to that, Yumi, there are also many new friends, and people's performance has increased significantly. You're also encouraged by them to confess to Kazune. But you're rejected by her every time. Actually, these cinnamon brothers just want to see some fun. After graduating from high school, you and Kazune go to a university together. During this time period, Kazune has revealed, I love you, and you two start a loving relationship. Although in school, she still has a cold face, like every day. But when alone with Kazune, I'll fuck and have fun with you. After leaving school, Yomi and Kazune, I went to my father's research institute. Not long after that, Yomi proposed to Kazune. She accepted, and the two went into a marital relationship. A few years later, science of corruption is thriving, and now people can travel through worlds. But, Kazune other song. He's married, and they have a son named Ryo. That night, a whole family of 3 people went out to the park to play together. When Yomi was shopping for water, Kazune accidentally lost his son. Miss Yomi ran anxiously to the two of you. I caught a criminal messing around here. You saw him coming. Ryo should have run out to stop Miss Yumi, injured in the hand, but I couldn't stop the criminal. He rushed to Ryo. The boy fell down in a pool of blood. Fortunately, it was only Yumi's dream. You actually stopped the criminal, and he was arrested soon after. But after that day, Kazune's behavior was strange. She's always by Ryo's side, not half a step away. At the same time, he wants to go out and play, is very strongly opposed. Yumi brought this up to her father. He comforted you. What parents, after going through this, will be like Kazune? That's it right then. Someone ran into the newspaper and said that Kazune made the jump song without permission. Yumi remembered Kazune's attitude. I've been in a hurry to get home lately. That people want to travel through the universe. Parallel must be allowed in advance. They're worried that criminals could use this. Travel through other worlds. That's why we did it. When she got home, Yumi ran to find Kazune. But I don't see AI. When he checked the camera, he saw that she had taken Ryo away early. After a while running to find, Yumi saw two people on a beach. He checked through and confirmed that Kazune, in front of me, came from the 13th world. I want to take you back to the lab, but Kazune refused. In Miss Ryo's world, after being assaulted by the criminal, he did not survive. How long will it take you to see your son again? I don't want to go back there at all. But Yomi said he's not your son. I have long since realized that the current Kazune is not my mother. Right now, she felt very sorry for not being able to protect Ryo. After Yomi's comforting words, then finally Kazune, he gave up and agreed to go back to the lab. Later, she was in the engine room, prepared to return to your world. Before going to Ryo, I ran to give Kazune the painting I had just painted. You are very emotional to see that. The mood of the Kazune was much more relaxed. Say goodbye to everyone and leave. At that moment, the Kazune in the world was not returned. Yumi and Kazune then have a happy life together. Many years later, Ryo had grown up and reached the age of marriage. He gave birth to a very cute niece. But now their hair is white. At one time, Kazune, I woke up and saw a piece of paper on the table. Kazune in the original world used a parallel dance. Come here, write Cho Kazune in the world 01 letter, and leave. Kazune in the original world wanted. Kazune in the world does not help me, one thing. In the original world, Yomi and Kazune are not married. After parents' divorce, he was with his father and met a friend named Siri. The two then developed feelings for each other. But an accident took her life. Throughout my life, Yomi has gone into research just to save Siri. Until it's near the sky, you've come up with a method that uses space jumps. Spirits of Shiori and Koyomi then become one with yourself in the world. At the age of 7, so the husband next to Kazune all the time contains 10 Shiori deep love soul. Before the transfer, the two of you will meet at the intersection. She had an accident after coming to the world. So the Kazune in the original world wants the Kazune in the world. Not help, Koyomi can see her again. To love someone is to see the other person happy. Kazune then also accepted Kazune's request in the original world. The morning after you, when Yomi woke up, she had a date. But you don't know who you're seeing. My niece advised Yomi not to go, but Kazune asked you to go there. Finally, Yomi listened to Kazune to the rendezvous point. Here he noticed a girl standing in the middle of the intersection. Yomi came closer to ask, but no one but Ra can see her. But only she seems to recognize her Yomi, and you don't know who you are. The moment he reached out his hand and grabbed her, suddenly the girl disappeared. Miss Yumi realized that this was a parallel dance. And then he didn't care about it. Then I ran to find someone to meet me. At this time his illness recurred. While taking the medicine, the box accidentally dropped out. Fortunately, someone came by to help him pick it up. When you feel better. Miss Yumi. When I thanked him, I found out that he was an old woman. When he asked her name, she only replied that small things are not worth worrying about. You can even guess the person in front of you. Yomi is Shiori. It's been delivered here. But in this world, they've never met. I don't know who the enemy is. Yomi asked Shiori if she lived happily. Shiori replied that she was very happy and left. Not far from where you two are talking, Kazune, I stood silently watching them. Come back. You told me you couldn't meet that person. But we just happened to have a wonderful meeting. And I don't know why I'm having fun when that person is happy. So 2 episodes send a message to me, who loves you, and send a message to all of you. The ones I loved are over. In these 2 episodes, I feel that the ending is sad, both for Siri and Koyomi. Even though you two love each other. But they can't come together. And with Kazune. Even though she loves Koyomi. But until the end, I realized I was a replacement for Siri. Japanese side, there is a line over about the time of the series, after being delivered. In this world you meet a guy. Another guy, not you. I would like to remind you that I have only 2 episodes. This is according to my own understanding. If there is a mistake, I hope you understand. Please bring this part here. Please like the video to subscribe to my support channel. Now say goodbye.